As you know, Virginia's for lovers.
All right.
And I love everybody. So, when I first came to D.C., I joined a church, Assembly Baptist Church. Well, my sister and I went there for a while, as long as our legs would carry us, because we walk. And walking's good. So, anyway, when we got so we couldn't walk those 4 blocks, we started coming to Plymouth. That's when Reverend Ledbetter was there. I didn't join then, but I just joined about 3 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
And I like it. I like the people. Sometimes they work me too hard. And I like Reverend Hagler. And sometimes he's long-winded, but as he said though, this is the day the Lord has made, and let us rejoice and be glad in it. So I'm glad to be here. I've been for these 81 years, and I hope I'll be here, not 81 more, but a lot more.
I was born in Georgetown. At that particular time, we weren't welcome in all the churches in Georgetown. So I attended Ebenezer AME Church, and at that particular time, you knew where you're going to be on Sunday. Now I'm 88 years old, and I'm not on any medication, thanks to the blessings and all that. I enjoyed having Reverend West look over my shoulder, Reverend Hagler helping us in some of the politics of the city. I just want to thank Mrs. Bird for the opportunity to be here this afternoon. I'm just overwhelmed with the hospitality that we find at Plymouth, and for the hospitality shown for all of you. And thank you again for the opportunity to be heard.
At 81, and I remember people singing a song, I'm here trying to push 100, 99 and a half won't do. It's been my heart. I enjoy working with the church and also with the wider church. I've been with the wider church now for more than 30 years. And I'm trying to get the youngsters to participate, trying to get the youngsters to come in, take over, and do our job. And keep the docket informed about activities happening with the wider church. So we love Plymouth with all of our heart. We are good, great leaders.
I joined the church in 1967, I think. And I've been working. Now, I'm not a person to get up and talk and be up in front of people. But you get me in a group and you want me to work. I will work, like Reverend Ledbetter had Mr. Thornton call me and ask me would I make table covers. I never made anything like that. I was just taking sewing down there at Bertie Baptist. So my husband, he always encouraged you, but he didn't work too hard. He said, you can do that. Just go make them, go and make them. So I did. I really, really missed my church. So after I joined church, there's very few Sundays that I did not attend. And I want to thank you all for helping me like that when my children were small and led them in the way that now that I have nothing to worry about them as young men and women. And I think they're well fed. So I appreciate all of it. I miss you and I love you. And hope one day I can start coming back.
When I was asked to become a deacon at Plymouth Church, Mrs. Lise Hackett approached me and I said, ooh, scared to death, ooh, I don't know if I can, ooh, she said, oh, come on. So anyway, she submitted my name to Reverend Ledbetter. And we waited. And we waited for an answer. And we waited. The reason it took so long was, during that time, I was wearing a bush. You know how big that was? And Reverend Ledbetter was trying to decide how they're going to get the cross over my bush.
Those who don't know me, my name is Odell Mozan, and I have been a member of Plymouth Church, I think, since 1964. I'm a native Texan. I was brought up in the Baptist church, and I think I can remember from the time I was 4 years old, my mother, she had taught me all of the books of the Bible, and she would have the minister to let me get up on the stage and recite all the books of the Bible. I think she was just so proud that I was able to do that. And while I was up there at gospel choir singing, and the lady got real religious or something, and all of a sudden she threw her arms out, and I wasn't sitting next to her, but this pocketbook hit me. I didn't know where it came from, and it frightened me, so I jumped up and ran downstairs and ran out of church. Mr. Fox, he was a member now, and Mr. Floyd, they would come over every Sunday night to play bridge. In the meantime, my kids were young, and I would let them visit different churches with children come take them to their church. And then finally, Mr. Park said to me, you don't belong to a church and you should come to my church. And I said, well, no, I don't want to do any work in the church. So he said, well, I tell you what, I will come by and pick your kids up every Sunday morning and take them to Sunday school. I said, well, that's fine. And so if they like the church, and if they want to join that church, it's all right with me.
And then in 1963, I joined Graylan. And I've been an active member in Plymouth ever since. My children, they went to Sunday school and they've been involved in a lot of things. I've been involved in a lot of things. Kind of quiet. I don't like to be an officer, but if anything I can do, you can always depend on me to do it. And I just enjoy the fellowship and the ministry and everything that
And to see the smiles and the privilege to be seated so close to those who have crossed the 100 mark. That is wonderful. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to be to cross the 80 line. I tell people that out where we live that I would much rather be 90 than to be 19.
I'm thankful to God that He has blessed me to reach this age that I can be a part of His gathering. May God bless each of you.
I was a member of Shiloh Baptist Church, and I moved very close to this church. So in moving, I was looking for a church that was convenient because my children were small. I came in, I didn't know anyone in this church, but I sat where I'm sitting now, but I sat on the end of the aisle, and I sat in the midst of some of the most wonderful people I think I could possibly have known. And I'll give you some of the names. There's Mr. and Ms. Osborne, Eddie Adams, Helen Rain, Sylvia Mitchell, Sylvia Washington. They were all back there, and they treated me so royally and made me feel at home that I just came and continued to come.
Chill fills the air, people's cheeks are aglow, and it looks as if we'll get snow. Kids are singing, and their faces fill with glee. Mommy's wrapping gifts, Daddy's choosing a tree. Cider warms on the stove, friends come by, and there are hugs for you and me. Each day